If you farm TRAVINCAL, the odds of you getting a rune from Mal or above is 1 in 557. So that means that in 557 TRAVINCAL runs you're gonna get a rune at least Mal up to and including Chan. If you would include the Durers of Hate level 3 council members there's 3 council member bosses and some trash mobs that are high council. The odds is 1 in 279. This is about the best odds you can have for high rune farming. If you would include Mephisto, the odds is 1 in 256. Compared to something like running Ancient Tunnels, if you would run Ancient Tunnels, kill only the elites and champions, assuming 2 champion packs and 4 elite packs with minions, the odds is 1 in 6,500 to get a high rune. Full clear would be odds 1 to 1,100, assuming 40 trash mobs. You killed 40 trash mobs. These are some statistics that I use myself. I'm a quantitative analyst by profession. I have my working computer, some SAS statistic running in the background. I wanted to use some of my calculation skills for Diablo 2, just for fun. And these statistics, these odds are based on silospen.com. There's odds here for different types of monsters. I don't want to make this video too long and too mathematical. I just want to briefly discuss how I calculate it. Because if you want to look a certain drop rate for a certain boss, that's very easy. For example, Jar Rune among unique monsters. The odds is 1 in 190,000. Okay? But that's not what we want to know. We want to know an Ancient Tunnel run. What's the odds that I get something in one Ancient Tunnel run? Or how many Ancient Tunnel runs do I need to run to get a Jar Rune? So then you need to calculate joint probabilities or probabilities of many events happening in a row. Note also one thing. Ancient Tunnels, trash, has the same probabilities as Pit trash or Act 5 trash or Act 4 River of Flame trash. So these trash minions, champions, it doesn't matter if you farm in the pits or Ancient Tunnels. What you want, if you would go for that route, is that you want high monster density and you want to kill monsters quickly. Because, for example, if you farm River of Flame and there are 100 mobs there and it takes you 5 minutes to farm River of Flame 100 mobs, and the pit has 50 mobs, but it takes you 1 minute to farm the pit, it's much better to farm the pit because the probabilities are the same. So it's just a matter of finding high density and killing quickly. Now, however, there are certain mobs in the game that have significantly improved odds or probabilities to drop runes, and one of those, first of all, bosses. Okay, let's deal with bosses. Hands down, have the highest probability to drop runes. Something like Hephasto, Nilatak, the Summoner, Baal, Diablo, Mephisto, Andariel, particularly Andariel. The Countress, they have highest probabilities to drop runes. However, bosses are bosses. It's one mob. It takes 1 minute, 1.5 minutes per game. So sure, you can farm Andariel for high runes. Andariel has the highest drop rate of Mal and Gul probably. Istis, the Countess. So go ahead and farm Andariel. The odds are 1 in 7,700 that you're going to get an East rune. But that's not going to be effective because Andariel is one person. The thing with High Council is that the High Council has almost boss level odds to drop high runes, but there are many. There are 3 elites and about 5 trash. That's 8 mobs in TRAVINCAL. Around 8 mobs. So you're not killing one person. You're killing 8 almost boss level odds of dropping high runes. That's so special about TRAVINCAL. And the special thing about TRAVINCAL is that you have a TRAVINCAL in Durers of Hate level 3. You also have 3 elites there. 1 in the portal, 1 to the right and 1 to the left. And then you have some trash. And the funny thing about it is that the council minions have more or less the same odds, not exactly for all runes, but for at least say Gul, Vex, Sur and above, they have the same odds as the bosses, the Grem, Sparkfist and whatever their names are. to drop high runes. So you do want to kill the white council minions. The white council minions carry almost identical odds to drop high runes, and they are very high odds. So what you then do is that you calculate first the probability of survival, or the probability of no drop. That would be 1 minus 1 divided by this. So that's the probability. 1 divided by, so if you look at the odds here, like 1 in 190,000. 1 divided by 190,000 is the probability. So 1 minus the probability is the probability of no drop. That's the formula right here. The quantity, there's 1 Mephisto. These are the number of trials, or the number of iterations you kill Mephisto only once. There's only 1 Mephisto. So that would be the same. These two are the same numbers. But if we look at council elites, for example, in TRAVINCAL, the odds to get a mall is 1. 1 minus the probability. There's 99.995. There are 3 members. So then you take these probability of survival and multiply it by itself 3 times. And that is equal to this. So you just take the product to calculate these accumulated probabilities of no drop. So then you can quite easily then define what is the, and by the way, the important thing about this probability of no drop is that 1 minus probability of no drop is the probability of at least 1 drop. So 1 minus the accumulated probability of no drop is equal to the probability that you are going to at least get 1. And this is what we want to know. We want to know the probability that we will get at least a Mal, or an Ist, or a Vex, or a Ghoul, or an Om, or etc. And this probability that we are not going to get any of them is the probability of no drop of any of the runes, and that is 99.82%. If you do only TRAVINCAL. That means 3 bosses, 5 minions. 1 minus that probability is the probability that we will get at least 1 of these runes for TRAVINCAL. That's 1 in 557,000. So 557 runs of TRAVINCAL is going to net you a Mal or above. If you would add the three council elites in Doors of Hell level 3, and you add the trash, also assume 5 trash. If you use 4, it's going to be a little bit less. Let's try 4. Not much less. You can even use 4 just to say that you miss a high council member or something like that. But then it's 572, 1 in 286. So it's much better. But you here to choose, should you only do TRAVINCAL, new game, TRAVINCAL, new game, or should you do TRAVINCAL, teleport to Doors of Hell level 3, kill them? That depends on your run speed. If this goes in less time than it takes to do 2 TRAVINCAL runs, then you should do it. If not, it's better to just make a new TRAVINCAL run. So if this takes, for example, 1 minute, and this takes 3 minutes, then you should definitely go for TRAVINCAL. But if this takes 1.5 minutes, then you should go for all 3. So it depends on your runtime, right? If you add in a Mephisto here, it decreases the odds just slightly. Because Mephisto is just 1 more guy with good odds. But these are like 10 guys with decent odds. So of course it's like, so essentially killing the TRAVINCAL goes quicker than teleporting to Doors of Hell level 3 and killing Mephisto. But in TRAVINCAL, you're basically killing 8 mini Mephistos. So of course you're going to have higher odds to drop runes. This is why it's good, and they have really, really good odds to drop runes in general. And you're going to notice that when you go to TRAVINCAL, Shale is going to drop, Omni is going to drop. You're going to get, these Dol Soul runes, and that just shows. 2 things to add. Number 1 is, these are only the odds of getting at least Mal or up. This does not include, Pul Lem. These odds would change a lot if you would include, probability of getting Lem or up, probability of getting or Pul or up, because they have much higher drop rate. That's important to say. And also, this does not include unique items. So, For example, yes, you might say, oh, do I have to run 571 TRAVINCAL runs before I get a high rune? Yes, but you might get an or a Pool or a Lem, and that might feel like a good drop for you. You might also get Skulders, you might get Oculus, you might get Stone of Jordan, or you might get Tarasha's Amulet, or all those other items. So this is not the probability of getting a good drop from TRAVINCAL. That's not the probability. Then you would have to calculate the treasure classes and all the uniques and set items that you define as good and add them. That odds is going to be made much better. Much better. Then maybe you only need to run like 30, 50, 60, 70 runs before you get something that is you would consider as good. This is only the probability of Mull and upward. So keep that in mind. Now, Ancient Tunnels, you would do that. Say that you kill 40 trash, 4 elite packs with 5 minions per pack, and 2 champion packs. So that's 6 special packs, 2 of which are champion, 4 of which are elite, and each champion pack has 3 mobs, so 6 in total. If you only kill the champions and elites, the odds, the probability that you are going to get at least 1 Mull room or up is 1 in 6,500. That's not very good, because Ancient Tunnels has longer runtime than TRAVINCAL or TRAVINCAL plus Mephisto. And full clear is it's probability is much better, 1 in 1,100. Right. So it's much worse odds than killing Mephisto, Durst of Hate level 3 and TRAVINCAL. That's 1 in 262. So you're going to see more drops here. And what also factors in is that for me this is like 2 to 2.5 minutes runtime. This is 2.5 to 3 minutes. Because some people say that you should skip these mobs. You should skip the trash. That's only true if you're doing what is called Holy Grail farming. So keep that in mind, because some of these content creators are extremely good at the game. And they do Holy Grail farming, meaning they want Tyrael's Might, they want these items. Then you want to farm only those mobs that are level 87 or above, and that would be elites and champions. But if you want high runes, you should kill everything. That's much better odds. And for me, this is like 1 minute. This is 1 to 1.5 minutes. No. This would be 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. This is roughly the same runtime. So you have a shorter runtime, much better odds to get runes. It's quite clear that you should do TRAVINCAL. And that is a lesson to myself, because I didn't believe this. I wanted to keep on running Ancient Tunnels because I like to run Ancient Tunnels for different reasons. The main reason is that when I run Ancient Tunnels, I'm just going to show my sources really quickly. Then I can run Treachery, Crown of Thieves, and Insight. And Insight makes it so that I never run out of mana, so I just can keep on spamming spells and teleports and fill my bar with full rejuvenation pots, and I like that. If I do TRAVINCAL, I can't really run that, because he will have 75% resistances and he's gonna die to Hydras. So I run Kira's Guardian, Guardian Angel, and an Ethereal Bone Hew. You can also do Reaper's Toll here. I have many Reaper's Tolls. I have one here, for example. But the reason why you run Bone Hew is only one reason. The Reaper's Toll here, it is not ethereal, and I found the Ethereal Bone Hew yesterday. So this means that you see 159 to 822 damage. It's ethereal. So that with 7% life leech, I put an Arm Rune in it, and I also put a Shale Rune in it. It gives some really good damage. And why you want Kira's Guardian and not, for example, Veil of Steel, which I also have, is because Kira's Guardian gives you cannot be frozen, and you need your Merc to kill those cold immunes, and cold immunes will freeze your Merc. You'll notice that in TRAVINCAL. I'm going to show a TRAVINCAL run. Alright, so my sorcerers really quickly. Shaco, Spirit, Mara's 28. I have not found War Travelers yet. Maybe Mephisto will drop them today, hopefully. Talrashas. You can also run Skulders. I have 3 different armors. I either run Talrashas or I run an opt Skin of Viper Magi 32%. It's Wormhide. You'll see 930 defense. I upped it. Or this I can run for Ancient Tunnels, because then I don't want MF. I just want to kill mobs quickly for runes. Or I run, where's my Skulders? There's my Skulders. This is an unidentified Skulder. So you can run either one. Triangles, gloves, or perfect chance guards. I do either one. But I want some faster cast rate right now. I don't want the extra 35 MF. I do Bulkatos, Snow Clash. This is good for Blizzard Sorceress. There's Rune Glass Oculus. If I do Ancient Tunnels, I would switch this to Spirit. Because yesterday, Oculus dropped yesterday for me. I got absolutely crazy over... how in Ancient Tunnels my sorceress is teleported around by this 25% chance to cast level 1 teleport. It's so irritating, so I did Spirit instead. So I'll switch it up a little bit for Ancient Tunnels. I just wanted to show you one TRAVINCAL run. But it's very important for TRAVINCAL that your Merc has 90% all resistance and cannot be frozen and so lifesteal, otherwise he's gonna die. Just gonna show here. You go here. This is what I like about TRAVINCAL as well. The High Council is always on the same place. What you wanna do is you wanna bait. You wanna bait the Hydras a little bit. You wanna bait the Hydras and then you wanna teleport away. That way you can save your Merc. And then this, okay, we were unlucky. Both of them are cold immune. There are 2 bosses here that are cold immune. So I just have to wait for my Merc to kill them. Sometimes if I'm speed running, I will skip them and just go to Duras of Hail level 3. So that's also something that you can do. If you think about the mathematics that I showed, it also affects by your run speed. So, no, I don't have Call to Arms, unfortunately. If I get an Orm rune, I will upgrade to Call to Arms, because I need the battle orders and so on. If it takes a long time for you to kill a certain council member because or elite because of immunities, just jump to the next one and go to a new game. This is an immune to cold. I'm not gonna kill him because there are so many elites here, and it's only one mob. It doesn't significantly improve my chances of getting a high rune. So you want to keep the run speed up. That's an example. Alright. So that didn't take that long. If I would show Ancient Tunnels, I'm gonna just switch gear a little bit. I will use the Viper Magi and I will use my Spirit. Is that it? I run 250, 270 MF now, it's 114. Much lower, and I wanna switch up my Merc as well. I wanna do some insights.
I'll put that to good use.
I wanna do treachery. I wanna do Crown of Thieves. Let me do like this.
I'll put that to good use.
I can't use this yet.
I'll put that to
Like
good use.
that. Alright. So let's try this version, right? So that's why I don't mix between the games. I either run Ancient Tunnels or I do Duras of Hail level 2 TRAVINCAL. I might also add Pindle. I usually have a system in how I teleport to find the entrance. I go very systematically because otherwise you can teleport around the map and you miss it and you lose a lot of runtime. We were lucky. Here it is. I'm gonna put Glacial Spike. Just blast everything here. So, and we have calculated, if I would only kill the champions, the odds would be 1 in 6,500. But I kill everything, the odds is 1 in 1,100. So much better off just killing shit. However, I'm not gonna focus too much on monsters that are not so dense. So if I see, I will kill everything as a best estimate, kind of, if it is easily available and so on. I'm not gonna focus too much on like stopping just to kill 3 monsters or something like that, or 1 lone zombie or something like this. Try to find the density, and that's what you want to do. You want to keep on, you know, finding the density. I run Glacial Spike because I again, as I said, I wanna find the density of monsters. and then I just spam Glacial Spike and it hits like 5 monsters. It does half the damage of Ice Blast and cost a lot of mana, but if you find density you can really... And not only that, it's also a survival thing, right? So if I do Glacial Spike, I survive much better. Because I can teleport in the middle of monsters and freeze everything. So it's also a matter of survival. There's nothing here. Very bad spawn of ancient tunnels. There was not a lot of density in this one. Alright. So that's some demonstration. Hopefully these statistics are helpful, can help you to find some of the high runes. I will myself farm either Travincal only or this version. Either Travincal only, Travincal plus, Doors of Hate level 3 and Mephisto. Maybe I will add Pindleskin. Pindleskin is an extra 30 seconds of runtime. He does not have high odds, but Pindleskin can drop every item in the game except Azure Rat, Tyrell Smite and Arachnid Mech. But Mephisto can drop Arachnid Mech. Hopefully this is helpful. Peace.